What was Dr. Pimple Popper like before she became famous? Her show premiered in 2018, and her social media exploded just a couple years before that. The California-based dermatologist spent a large portion of her life as a regular person just like the remainder of us. So what was she like before she became famous? This is how Dr. Pimple Popper was before she was famous. Before, hit that subscribe button to never miss an update from the channel. Parents of Dr. Pimple Popper are immigrants. If you want to know the beginning of Sandra Lee's story, long before she became famous reality television star with her show, you'll have to learn about her parents as well. Dr. Sandra Lee, along with many other Americans, is a child of immigrants. The year before my birth, my mom and dad came to America, Queens, New York, via Singapore and Malaysia, she revealed in an interview. I'm Chinese, but my dad is Singaporean and my mother is Malaysian. Who knew Lee had such a multi-ethnic background? Dr. Pimple Popper took dermatology because of her father. So why did Dr. Pimple Popper choose to become a dermatologist over any other profession or medical specialty? For one thing, she had a solid role model to look up to from a young age, decades before celebrity came calling. I come from a dermatologist family, she said in an interview. My father works as a dermatologist. I recall opening my father's textbooks and seeing the most horrible pictures. Dr. Sandra Lee, on the other hand, was intrigued rather than repulsed, except for this one procedure where she wouldn't even have gone down the same path. I'm not called in the middle of the night to deliver a child, meaning Lee has time for things other than work in her life, including her successful TLC show. Dr. Pimple Popper met her better half in medical school. Dr. Pimple Popper is not only the daughter of a dermatologist, but she's also married to a dermatologist. Dr. Sandra Lee and her now husband, we dated through school, he went on. After we both finished our degrees, we moved to California, where Sandra grew up and her father owned a dermatology practice. After Lee's father took a break, the pair took over the practice as equal partners when the time was right. All of this occurred long before Lee became a household name. In the year 2000, Dr. Pimple Popper married. Dr. Pimple Popper and Dr. Jeffrey Rebish married many years before she became famous. Dr. Sandra Lee and her husband are still happily married, and they spent a lot of time together. Especially if Sandra is especially concerned about the result of a patient. In fact, Lee and Rebish had been married for years before the latter became famous, which they've both had to adjust to. Rebish, on the other hand, is extremely supportive of Lee's ambitions. Ultimately, I'll always be available to Sandra in whatever capacity she requires because we're a team, he said. Before her TV show, Dr. Pimple Popper was very popular on YouTube and Reddit. Dr. Sandra Lee decided to start building her social media presence many years before Dr. Pimple Popper became a popular TLC show. This was back when the internet was smaller and simpler, and people were just starting to experiment with YouTube, which Lee was also experimenting with. I posted a blackhead extraction video early on, and I noticed an increase in interest, she recalled in an interview with GQ. Dr. Pimple Popper had this name before she was famous. Everyone now refers to Dr. Sandra Lee as Dr. Pimple Popper, but that is not her real name. So how did Lee come to be known as Lee? The dermatologist created the handle herself during her early days on the internet, it turns out. The small subculture fascinates me, she said. Dr. Pimple Popper managed her social media all by herself before the fame. It was a small operation. When Dr. Pimple Popper first started posting content on social media, I do everything myself, she said in a 2015 interview with Racket. Everything is edited by me. I only use my iPhone and iMovie. Hey, that's all you need to start a business. Dr. Pimple Popper offered free services. Dr. Pimple Popper was able to adjust her conceptions of capital and money after she discovered that there was a surge in demand for popping videos. Dr. Sandra Lee in particular decided to provide free dermatologist services to patients in exchange for allowing her to record and broadcast the footage online. Given that many of the treatments Lee performs aren't deemed medically essential by insurance companies and so aren't covered, a large number of people took her upon her offer. Dr. Pimple Popper did not earn much before the fame. While some people dream of becoming celebrities and work tirelessly to achieve that goal, that was not the case for Dr. Pimple Popper. In fact, Dr. Sandra Lee never aspired to be the famous woman she is today. I didn't seek fame. It simply comes with the she told people about it. All I'm trying to do is be cautious and not get ahead of myself. Additionally, getting famous has made Lee a wealthier person, way to the viral videos she's posted on social media. But lower back on the beginning, it wasn't almost as beneficial as it might finally become. The first month I made very little, she continued. Then the following month I did it once more and made $300. Then the subsequent month it turned into a with inside to the thousands. Who knew blackhead videos had been this type of cash cow? Lee is now really well worth a whopping $5 million, as stated by the Weens of Celebrity Net Worth. And at the same time, as a number of this, in all likelihood from our already career as a doctor, the riches that include a repute needed to help. We will end our video here. Thank you guys for watching the video. Stay healthy and stay safe. Keep watching our YouTube channel. Bye.